Hello, you're welcome to another market overview slash trade idea video. Today is November the 5th, 2023, and we are going to be looking at a couple of trade ideas. I have two to the right of my screen. First, we're going to be looking at the dollar index, and then on the red list here, we'll be looking at quite a number of these assets here also. So, first, the dollar index, as you can see, I am on the dollar index chart. And from last week, uh, 6 days has passed since the last analysis, and this is what has happened over time in the market. So I remember the dollar index analysis I made last week. I was anticipating for higher pricing. I wanted price to go up. If we could get, beginning of the push up into the imbalance higher, that's in this area. That was where I wanted to see the dollar index start to move towards. But it might not get there last week, but I wanted to see a move up, to start the move up. But then we didn't have that. Instead, the dollar index came down and sold down hard. So on Sunday, while I was doing the analysis, right, we do not have this eyes was still intact, right? So I spotted out the liquidity to you, and price to I wanted price to take out the high and continue to go to the upside. Right, but instead, what price did was price came into the imbalance, price established the low, and then we had higher pricing. Price went up, took out the high, and then start to come down to take out the low. Right. So when I was doing this analysis, I was not conscious of this low we had here. So I was only looking at the liquidity to the upside, which is the one we have here, and I wanted price to take it out and then continue to go higher. Right. So the analysis was not 100% correct, but we could say 50 since it actually went up to take out the high like I anticipated, and then price dropped all the way to the downside because of this liquidity. So going into the week after I saw the run on this liquidity and the way this candle closed, and then the next candle was a bearish candle that was on Thursday. I knew for a fact that NFP would take price all the way to the downside to take out this liquidity resting below here. So, it was, they ran the liquidity earlier on, like this was on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, the highs was taken out, and then on Friday, the liquidity to the downside was taken out. So quite an interesting week. But yes, so what am I looking at now for DXY? So I had to go like scale higher into the bigger time frame, the weekly time frame. Since the highs and the lows have been captured, we can just delete this. And now going into the monthly time frame, this was what I saw. Right now, we talked about this demand supply area last week and how this area held price, and now price is way up here. So in terms of the structure now, we could be looking at this as the, we had this low, we had this high, and we had this lower low. And then price gave a lower high but failed to create a low. And then we had price go up, closing above this area. So now, in terms of the monthly time frame, price is bullish and makes sense, in a bullish market. Looking at it from this area now, we now have this low, right? And then we have this high, right? And now price is coming down, and now price came into this imbalance. So it is making sense that okay, I wanted the high to be established somewhere around here, but then it's okay to be wrong. Right now, price instead of buying continue to go up, came down, and now it's inside this imbalance. Now we can also see that aside from price coming into this imbalance, this area is an area of supply. In the past, right, we had supply in this area, so this is a kind of a resistance, and now price is broken. So most likely even retail traders will be looking to maybe see the dollar bounce off this area and then continue to go to the upside, right? But now in terms of buying at a discount, if we had to draw the fee from the swing low all the way to the swing high, we still do not have a discount entry. A discount entry is not even at the imbalance. Discount entry for a buy is 50% and below. So 50% means price has to come back into this area it has left. That is the demand supply that has been holding for a number of years now. Right. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Is it going to reject from this imbalance? We're going to see lower pricing down into this area, and then price can now go up. Because if we check the weekly time frame now, okay, this is what we have on the weekly time frame. So we do have many weeks of buys. And then we started to see some kind of weakness. First, a bearish day, a bearish week, bullish, a bearish. So we're beginning to see a number of bearish candles. And then last week, we had a big push. I mean, this week rather, we had a big push to the downside. So in order for us to get a discount entry, that means the uh, dollar index has to get to 50%. But on the monthly time frame now, prices are this is inside this imbalance. So I'm gonna be anticipating to see what's gonna happen. Right. So I'm gonna be open-minded to see what's gonna happen and then take trades based on what the candles are telling me on lower time frame. Right. Just like this trade. This was the sell. I wanted dollar index to buy, but we had the presence of this liquidity here I showed you earlier, and because of that, on EU, I was open to the opinion that EU was going to go to the upside, and then I took a couple of trades. No, just one, but the second one did not fill me in, so I was buying EU on Monday, I think so. Right, so we had this, yes, on Monday, I had this entry on EU and, gave oil 1 to 6, and now price came back down. And then on the 4-hour time frame, that was before NFP on Friday, I wanted to see price reject from this imbalance, right? I wanted price to come into this imbalance, and then I was going to look for an entry here to then anticipate higher pricing because the dollar has equal lows. I was of the opinion that institutions are going to take it out. That's this low we have here, and so because of this low, I wanted higher pricing on EU, right, which is different from what I had already explained on Sunday earlier before going into the week, right? So I can establish a directional bias, but if the market is not giving me that, setup, the candles are not responding to the way I want it to, I mean, I'm going to change my bias and just be in line with the market, which is what happened this week. So now, in conclusion, what am I anticipating for the dollar index? Uh, Let us just be open. Okay, now it is inside the imbalance now. See, and so far this is the only imbalance we have in this 3 months of buy. Okay, so now inside this imbalance, structure is bullish on a monthly time frame. Are we going to see higher pricing for the dollar index, or is it still going to come down a little bit more? Right. So if the dollar is going to come down a little bit more, what are we anticipating for other currencies that are traded against the dollar? That means we are anticipating higher pricing for currencies against the dollar. Right. So if we are calling for dollar coming down the more, okay, that means higher pricing for other currencies that are dollar related, right? Majorly. So I do have some here like the AUD USD I will talk about shortly. Uh, and then I think yeah, just that one with and then euro. So the euro also most likely will continue to go up because of the. So let's go back to the monthly now. Now on the monthly time frame also for EU, we can see that this imbalance that was present on dollar index is also present here because EU is directly the opposite of the dollar index. So we do have this imbalance here and price is traded into the imbalance and closed. So what is going to happen in the coming weeks now would determine will be based on what is going on the dollar index chart, right? But then if you scale down to the daily time frame, you can see it was basic market structure, right? I mean, we do have this lower low, this lower high, and this lower low, and then price broke structure. And as you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and a higher high. So price has been respecting structure, has been giving us a bullish momentum to the upside, right? So because of the daily lows, the 4-hour lows on the DXY, I had to change my bias, seeing that DXY has captured the high. I pointed out to you on Sunday, last Sunday, and then price, instead of going up, I saw this big candle to the downside, closed like a doji candle, and then pin bar rather, and then price started to go down. Immediately, I changed my bias. I'm like, okay, seems price wants to start coming down, and then had a change of bias for EU to go up. So dollar index, let's just wait. This is not equal highs, so we do not have this equal highs anymore. That made sense if this was equal, but no, price is taking out the liquidity. So if dollar index is going to go down the more, EU will buy up. Okay, so for dollar index summary now, I still think it's going to go down. I think it's going to go down the more. I would just be open to price coming down. So I'm going to be looking, at the feel of the imbalance completely into maybe 50%. But I still see this kind of coming lower more before going up. Then we're going to see what's going to happen. Okay, so that's for the DXY. And then just the opposite for EU. EU, that means most likely we're going to see price continue to go to the upside for EU. Yes, and we do have this high, but they are not equal highs, but then we can look at the price. These are kind of low resistant highs. Would still call them, let's call them maybe daily highs. That's liquidity. Okay, so we do have this high, this is liquidity in this area, right? And price might most likely take it out, buy all the way up. Okay, yes, so that's for DXY and Euro. So now let's go back to this ones here. So for AUD card, I called out AUD card during the last analysis. I wanted to see higher pricing. Told you guys we should be on the lookout. Price going to take out this high that was on Sunday, and we have Friday candle, Thursday, Wednesday candle, Tuesday candle, and Monday candle. So Monday price came straight for the liquidity, didn't sweep it by March, and then came back down. And then on Wednesday we had a big move, take out the high completely. All right, and then Thursday went a little bit further up, came down on Friday, closed above. So now this were the opportunities that the market presented if you were actually looking at the charts after you had watched the video before price took out the high, right? So we had candle opened, yeah. So this was the opening candle for the week, right? We had this big spike down on Pepperstone, and that was it. And then price went up based on structure. We have this low, this high. This low broke the structure. Price coming back down into the imbalance structure level. That was an entry. We have taken that buy all the way to the daily highs. That's a 123.45. And then since price has not gotten there yet, you already know what the order flow is going to be, and structures kept respecting. Uh, like we could see the candles were respecting the structures, right? So we have this high, this low, this high. So been second entry, imbalance structure, all the way to the upside, and then we have a new high. This comes down into the imbalance structure, and then there's three good entries all the way to the upside. Price is taking out the high, trade complete. You close the trade, you're done with AUD card. So this is it. If you took it, if you were able to get an entry, let me know in the comment section below. And then for AUD NZD, the same thing. This gave two entries, right? And then I didn't take this, but one of my students did. He sent me the screenshot, got in here, took his profit at this high. That's it. This was the entry this was the entry I took. It's on a 5 minutes time frame. Yes, on a 5 minutes time frame, this was the entry I took. Yes, I took this one, saw this high, waited for price to come back down, and then this was my entry at 1.08800. That's an 80 level, came all the way to the upside. We can see came back down here, and then price spiked all the way to the upside. This was New Zealand. We had a major news on NZD. think so. That was what made this go up. So I actually caught another entry here. I don't have the markup, but I was awake during the news, so I knew it was going to go up for the liquidity. So I got in here and had price go up. Yes. And then my student Kachi actually took this one and then all the way to the upside. So that's for ADNZ. If you took it, let me know in the comment section below. And then, so these two are not actually trade ideas. So I'm just going to remove it and remove this. So AUD Chef now, for this one, I'm not really seeing anything like at the moment, but then going to the monthly time frame, this is what I want to take note of this, right? So we do have this lows here. I want you to take note of. So I remember, I think January this year, we're talking about price trading lower to come and take out this high. And since January to now, right, look at this is January, yes. You can see price came up into this imbalance, and since then it hasn't coming down. So this is one asset you should keep your eye on, because I do believe we're going to take out this low in the future, right? It doesn't have to happen immediately. Like you can see since January to now, price has not really gotten there yet. So I believe we're still going to get there, but it might take a while. So just have it in your radar and keep stalking it. And when you get an entry, just, amazing. All right, so this one is a very long-term trade. I know happen immediately. Just keep your eye on it. All right, and then for AUD, USD, now for dollar index, I said we should be looking for lower pricing, DXY possibly going lower. And it is because of this, right? For AUD, USD, you can see we do have this high. So this is liquidity for me, right? So we do have this liquidity. I want to believe that AUD, USD will continue to go up. And for that to happen, we need to see the dollar index, you know, drop. So AUD USD, I'm still bullish. Right, there's no entry yet, but going into lower time frame, just like I showed you for AUD card, I told you it was going to take out the high. Okay, we had three opportunities. You could have gotten in. That's going to be profitable for you before price swept the high. So I believe something like that's going to happen for AUD USD also on much more lower time frame. You get the entry and take price all the way to the upside. So for AUD USD, I am bullish. Then the next one we have is the Euro Australian dollar, right? Euro Australian dollar. Now this is Australian dollar USD. So for this to happen, that means we are banking on the strength of the Australian dollar against the United States dollar. So we want AUD to outperform USD. So if that happens, AUD US is going to buy up. Right. So now what we are looking at now is AUD outperforming United States dollar. So that means this AUD outperforming USD. That means we want AUD to outperform USD. I'm repeating this a lot of times now because when we come to Euro AUD, now it is still the same AUD. You see it now? So if we want AUD to outperform USD, that means we want AUD to gain strength. Now, if AUD actually gains strength like we are anticipating now, or like I'm anticipating now, that means the Euro AUD should drop, which means AUD should be much stronger than the Euro. Just like we want AUD USD to go up, want AUD out to outperform the dollar index, to outperform USD. So if that happens, Euro AUD also should sell. Now we do have an amazing setup. We do have this daily lows, perfect lows here, just waiting to be taken out. And we do have this high up here. But looking at this and looking at this, to me, I think we're going to take out this first. And then if we can see maybe higher pricing later in the future, then I know this is going to be the play. But for now, this is looking more promising than this one. So I'm believing that the Euro AUD most likely will continue to drop. And it's going to make sense, if we could get some kind of push up, maybe some kind of more premium entry, take it. This is going to give us more peeps, right? But then Who knows what might happen? But I'm going to be open to selling opportunities. If I see it, I'm going to take it, and then we'll take out the slow together with the institutions. Right, so that's for Euro AUD bearish. Okay, but it doesn't have to happen immediately, but keep your eye on it. Right, and then for GBP AUD, same thing, same AUD we are looking at. Right, we do have this, good liquidity down here. Okay, so we do have this daily lows here, form of liquidity. The same AUD again, right? We want AUD to gain strength. If that happens, I mean, want it to sell. If that happens, GBP AUD is going to drop down, which is going to be amazing, and we're going to take out this low. Now, in terms of the structure, we can see how this changed the structure, right? We had this low, high, low, and then price broke the structure and it gave us this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, and then price broke the structure, gave us this low, high, low, high, low. So what's going to be the play now? I can see this imbalance already. Price is there. So are we going to start distributing from this area down? Or what's going to be the play? I'm going to be open to see what's going to happen. But overall, I'm calling GBP AUD to the downside because of this liquidity, because of structure, and we do have some, level of demand and price finally broke below the demand area, break retest, and then price should, sell down from there. So for GBP AUD, I'm bearish, and then entries will be on lower time frame. And then for GBP CAD, do I have anything on GBP CAD? Okay, I have anything on GBP CAD. All right, so GBP CAD on the weekly time frame. Okay, I remember. So my highs are just here. Okay, my highs are on this liquidity. Yeah, price is still very far from there, but I mean, from where price is now to where the liquidity is, it's about 460 pips. Okay, and aside from that, structure is bearish, right? High, low, high, low, high, and then price broke the structure. Now we have this lower low, and then so what should happen based on structure is that price should give a lower high and come down and give a lower low. But now that we do have this liquidity here, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. Like if it doesn't start to go down and it continues to give higher pricing somewhere close to this area, I can bank on prices taking out this high and the structure not respecting. But for now, still bearish. I'm just looking at it, and when it gets close, I will know what to do, right? So basically, this is how I trade. And if you have been following me for a while, I like to spot the liquidity on a higher time frame and then try to establish a directional bias on a bigger time frame, and then I look for the entries on smaller time frame. Why I'm doing this is because I do not want to get in on a very big time frame like the weekly, the daily, the monthly. That's gonna give me a very big amount of peep. So the stop loss trades like that could be 100, 120, 200. That's a lot of peeps for me as stop loss, right? I know bigger peeps, smaller the lot size and all, but then it's just too big, right? So that's why I always like to go to lower time frame and look for the same signature setup I'm seeing on this bigger time frame, right? I look for them on smaller time frame and I try to get in with the directional bias. And like if I get in here and price wants to go all the way up here, that means I'm gonna make more risk to reward. I'm gonna make more peeps. I'm gonna make it's gonna make me more calm, right? Because I'm not gonna be getting in on many trades. I could just take one or two, and since they're going my way, I can just be patient to see how far I can go. Right. So some trades I could swing, some trades I just fast target 1 to 3. That's it. Okay. So for GBP CAD, just chill out and wait. And then for USD JPY, amazing trade also. Amazing because we do have these highs. So I mean, this is good, right? The high is at 151,943. So we do have this weekly highs here form of liquidity. Okay, it's just going to change this to the weekly highs and scaling down to the daily time frame now. There's a very strong level of supply. As you can see, price last time price was here was October 21 last year. And now more than a year after, a year and few weeks, I think so, or days, price is now back to that area. And what is going to happen now? I'm really hoping to see what's going to happen. But then in terms of structure, already we can see price has been giving us bullish structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So what's going to be the play? This is going to be a higher low set and then the push up. Okay, if that's going to happen, then we want the dollar to outperform JPY. That means what called this is giving us, the idea that the dollar should gain strength. And the DXY already is at a monthly imbalance, but not at premium and not at discount for a buy. So it's going to be the play for the dollar index. We said we want the DXY to go down a little bit more. If that happens, then this structure area might not hold. Then this could just go down further. And that could happen because already I can see, aside from the bigger weekly liquidity we have, we also have this liquidity here. Okay, so we have this daily lows here, and we also have this one here. So I'm just, what's gonna happen? The dollar index will sell more. Fine, it makes sense. UJ will come down, take out the slow. But maybe we could start to see higher pricing later. Okay, so this has highs and this has lows. There's liquidity here, there's liquidity here. What's going to be the play? So I'm really anticipating to see what's going to happen here. So for UJ, I don't have a bias yet. For dollar index, want it to come down. So maybe UJ is going to come down more, or it's going to respect this daily range, a top range, down range, bullish structure, and just respect this higher low and continue to go up from there. So yep, let's keep an eye on that. And then for UK 100, first time I'm opening this asset, right? Then I just saw this. So if you trade it, I mean, it makes sense. There is daily lows. We do have this liquidity here, just waiting to be captured, right? Liquidity is waiting to be captured. And like I was discussing earlier this week in the group, like we do have this is setting up for a sell. We have this low got taken out, and now price is up here. We have three imbalances on the daily time frame. On the weekly, price only came into this institutional candle, but on the daily we do have three imbalances, right? This is the first one here, and this is the second one, and this is the third one, right? Take our feed now, measure from the swing high to the swing low. Price already gave us a premium. Premium is 50% and above. Price is at premium. Price came to premium, started to drop. So price played the first imbalance, went a little bit above it, and then gave us a premium entry, and now it's dropping. So is it going to go up into a more premium area, or is it just going to continue to sell from there? Uh, what I know for sure is that this would sell, okay, based on the structure. And as long as we've not taken out this high, I'm still going to be looking at UK 100 going down. And we did a little bit of calculation. So if you trade with Pepperstone, okay, 100 ticks, okay, 100 ticks for the lowest lot for UK 100 on Pepperstone is 0.10. Will give you S 1.20. So that's it. So 100 ticks with the lowest lot is going to be 1.20, $1.20. All right. So if you have a 300 ticks stop loss on this trade looking to come down, that's going to be $3.60, right, for a 0.10. So that's it. So for UK 100, Again, just on my radar, looking at it 4 time frame. What do we have? So on the 4 time frame, you can see uh price still bullish, right? And as a matter of fact, now we're inside this imbalance, which also happens to be, you know, a very strong demand supply level. Like we had this demand, price came in, we had some supply, and then we had some supply in this area. You can see, and now price it's broke out. Now it's back there again. Happens to be inside the imbalance. So is this drop just to continue to go higher, or institutions are ready to take out the slows? I'm going to be seeing a lower time frame, much lower, going into the week. What is going to happen to UK 100? And then this one's US and NOC, just like I told you, I'm just looking at this one. What's going to happen? Okay, so I mean, it came down because of the weakness. I mean, NFP was bearish for dollar, and I'm sure that was why they sold down. And then for USD SEC, we still have this high. And then for USD SEC, also big drop to the downside. We do have these highs intact. Okay, these ones are moving based on NFP, what happened to dollar index. So these are a few of the assets I'm looking at this week. You don't have to trade everything. Just look for the one that is perfect and ready, and you get in. Right. So these are going to be the asset I'm looking at for this week, next 2 weeks. Yeah. So if you have any question, drop them in the comment section. If you have any suggestion, drop them in the comment section. When I see them, I will attend to them. So have a good day. Bye.